that you are a predictable reliability, not a liability. It's about building a strong portfolio that comes to showcasing and branding yourself as a specific type of artist, where I say, like, you're not going to do fantasy characters and then have completely random mech design, sci-fi design next to that. If you're incredibly seasoned pro, you can. Don't get me wrong. But if you want to get your foot in the industry, it's much easier to have that particular focus on things that helps a recruiter or an art director, I don't want to say label, but for the lack of a better term, label you so that it's easier to fit you somewhere in the pipeline. And this is something I think, because when you're a student, you're learning different subject, like you're learning and you're trying to train, generally. And because you're training generally, you're like, oh, now I'm doing mech, I'm learning mech design, so I'm definitely going to put that in my portfolio. This is where you should have some discipline and say, like, I want to brand myself as a fantasy creature artist. I'm going to do mech design in my training because it just helps with my design skills, shape skills, perspective skills, structure skills. That's good, but I'm not going to put it in my portfolio just for the sake of putting in it. Right? You should literally view your portfolio as products. And it doesn't make sense for a brand like Apple to suddenly come out with Apple shampoo. It's also product design, but it's definitely not within the tech design space. And so you need to have a certain focus to communicate to potential hirers that you can, one, have focus, two, have discipline, have consistency, and that you are almost like a predictable reliability, not a liability. And I think that's a perfect way of putting it when it comes to building your portfolio, is like, is there a reliable and predictable outcome to hiring you?